Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to be doing almost a full face of YSL makeup, including 2 of the new lip oils, the Make Me Blush in Nude Lavalier and the All Hours Hyper Finish Pressed Powder, as well as some other favourites as well. So do join me and watch on. So I'm laughing because I've only just got my foundation on and some eyeshadow, which I'll talk you through, but I'm wearing the Ilia foundation stick and I've only just seen it on the box, which for some reason I've kept. And it says the Fountain of Youth in a foundation stick. So there you go. It's that easy. All you do is buy one of these. Who knew? Anyway, so I've got this on and I've got eyeshadow on, and I'll tell you what I'm wearing. I'm wearing the Couture Mini Clutch in Babylon Roses. Looks like that, in case you haven't seen it. It's not new, it's part of their range, but I really like it. It's a I see it as like a grown-up pink. That's how I would class it. And I do wear this a lot because it's very, very wearable and it's work friendly as well. It's not too Barbie. Not that I'm against Barbie, I'm just saying. Let's start with the powder. So I bought the YSL All Hours Hyper Finish Pressed Powder. Looks like that. Comes with a mirror, and it also comes with a spongy thing. It's very much, it feels like the sponge you get at the bottom of a piece of equipment, like if you buy a fancy camera or something. It's got a bit of sponge to stop it knocking on while it's on the slow boat from wherever. I've not tried it. I'm more of a brush person, but I would use it just to touch up, but I am a brush person. And I tend to have a teeny tiny brush in my handbag if I absolutely need to touch up. But anyway, that's what it looks like. It's in the lovely squidgy packaging, which I'm a real sucker for, I really am. Let's put some of that on. Now, because of the Fountain of Youth foundation that I'm wearing, it's slightly, the finish of it, I mean, they call it a semi-matte finish. No, a natural matte finish, I'm sorry. I think it's slightly tacky, so I do need powder on there. So to that end, I'm going to use my little powder brush, which I tend to use a small powder brush because I tend to only powder my nose and forehead and chin. So I don't tend to do my whole face, but on this occasion, I will put some here so that when we put the blusher on, it's got a fighting chance, because I think it's a bit unfair to see what the colour's like when chances are it's going to go a little bit patchy because the foundation is a slightly moister one. I do like the foundation, but I have got dry skin and I'm not sure this would be good for anybody with anything more than or more or less, depending on how you look at the scale. But anybody who's normal to dry, I think it would be absolutely fine. I don't think anybody with a more oily skin would do well with this foundation. I have to say though, I do like it. I mean, I like it not least because the colour's good. But anyway, I am powdering. Let's see. It is. I'm going to put you in closer so you can have a look. I think it is blurring. Here we go. Right. Can really see me now. I do think it's blurring because I'm getting increasingly larger pores here, and it has definitely softened them. It's a lovely finish, isn't it? Because I'm not somebody who normally powders my whole face, but I don't look flowery or too matte. And it's probably a better test actually of this powder using this foundation as opposed to using one of the ones which are more of a natural finish, because even though this has got the word matte in the description, it's not on my skin. One of the reasons why I like it is it has got some glow. I'm just testing a lot of stick foundations as well as cushion foundations for the convenience. So you'll see me over the next few weeks and months just experimenting a lot with a lot of different foundations, because the convenience of having a foundation that's portable, not spillable, and great on planes, trains and automobiles is, I really like this. I can see a little bit on the monitor and just here on my mirror. Can you see close up? Now, I haven't put any under my eyes. I'm loath to do it because it's not always successful just because I'm very lined and very dry. But let's try it on at least one so you can see. I have put my concealer on, which is the Lauder, but I haven't put anything else on. So let's try that. So that's powdered and that's not powdered. I think it's okay under the eyes, but I suppose time will tell really throughout the day, because as my lower eye area just gets a bit drier, because before I put the concealer on and everything else, I use the Cora oil, which does keep me going. But anyway, that's what that looks like under the eyes. I'm happy to put a bit more on the other eye. Let's just do that. So that's what that looks like. I'm pleased with the blurring around the nose. I really am, because it's not got, cakey's the wrong word. These are high quality products. You'd really hope they wouldn't be cakey, but it doesn't feel like it's sitting on the skin. It feels like it's become one with my foundation and with my skin, which is quite something on a mature, dry skin. The other thing that I would say, it's still got a bit of a glow to it, which I do appreciate. I'm not saying there's no shimmer, there's no, if you can see anything, if anything, it might be a bit of fallout from the eyeshadow. It's definitely not from the powder. Let me show you when I actually give it a really good go. Let me show you on my hand so that you can see. It's a good shade. I do apologise, you can see the eyeliners. I'm going to show you later, because these have been on my hand, I think, for maybe 2 hours. I have washed my hands 3 times properly, and I took a shower, and it's still there. So I'll show you later. It's a YSL one. That's the powder. Pleased with that. Let's see how it goes over the course of the next few days as I use it. But so far, it's a good start. I am a fan of the new Prisme Libre, mine's Mousseline Acidue, the colour. This one, the one with the greeny options. I really do like this. I wanted to try this as a comparison, and I was also conscious that this shade has got a little bit more, it's just a tad warmer than this, not least because of the combination. And I just thought, going into spring summer, it would be helpful to have another option. But this has got my heart. Let's see if this can be like the second child that I still love, even though I honestly thought that my one and only love would be this. Let's see. And also, to be honest, I've only had this for maybe 3 weeks. It is new, and I'm enjoying it. But let's see. So far with this, so good. The blusher, I'm a real fan of these. I've only got the Coral Clash, which I really have enjoyed and actually probably haven't stopped wearing. It's at least once a day I'll put on a bit of that. This is 44 Nude La Valliere. Now, this colour also features, as we know, as one of their liquid blushes, and I do have that, but I couldn't find it, and I wanted to compare it, but I just couldn't find it, and I know there's still a bit left. But anyway, so this is what this colour looks like. So let me show it to you. It looks like that. And for the purposes of comparison, I thought it was worth showing you some of the other pinkish shades in my blush collection. Now, I'm not an enormous blush buyer in that I tend to find something I really love and really stay with it. However, recently there have been so many things and so many new things to try that I have tried them. So I'm going to show you on my other hand just a range of them, just so you can see to compare. So on my hand, we've got some comparisons. Here is 44 Nude La Valliere, the new YSL we're going to test. And then underneath here, we're starting with Charlotte Tilbury in Flawless Pink. That's from the new Beauty Soulmates palette. This one here that comes with the powder as well, half and half. And then beneath Charlotte Tilbury, we've got Pat McGrath's Divine Rose. And then beneath that, we've got Kosas Euphoria from their Blush is Life, and I agree, collection. It's these ones here. They are not dissimilar to the Hourglass and much cheaper, and they really last. I really like these products. They're just really good. They're simple packaging, so you're not paying for anything fancy, but really good product. And then over here, we've got Chanel Rose Ardent, which is the cream to powder blush. And then the last one is Hourglass Mood Exposure. So that's how you can see how they compare to Nude La Valliere. There we go. So I would say, looking at that, the closest would be either the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Pink or the Pat McGrath Divine Rose, which we know is actually quite an old formula now. I'll open this and you can see whether you agree that they are. There we go. That's what they look like. This one does seem pinker, but actually on my hand, there's not that much in it. It may be that and this is what I'm hoping, that the Nude La Valliere has got a little bit more of a muted, more lavender tone, as it were. But let's see, let's try it on. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of the YSL bronzer. I use 04, which is slightly deeper than the one that I have used throughout most of the winter, which is the Dior bronzer, which I do really like, but I do like this as well. This is so soft. When I say soft, I don't mean just soft to the touch. It's just you can get a really nice soft effect, which I really appreciate. Let's get this warming up the old complexion. Okay, here goes. Yeah, nice colour. It's got that plum without it being burgundy and too mauvey, which I like. It's not plum, it's not a plum, it's just got the softness. The pink's been softened, in my opinion, with a little bit more plum. That thing that I was wrong when I said before more of the lavender. It's not so much lavender, that's too light, but it's more of that slightly deeper tone running through it. So that's what that's like, which I like. Let's put a bit more so you can see it. Even if it's too much for my working day, I can always dampen it down, it'll be fine. But I'll put more on so you can see what it actually looks like. I'm just going to soften the edges with the powder. Now, what I did want to tell you about with these eyeliners, it's not a groundbreaking, I understand it's not a groundbreaking product, a brown eyeliner, but the YSL ones, if you're looking for a pencil that really lasts and stays on, these are fantastic. I've just bought the brown one, having used the bronze one forever. Well, not forever, but I think I bought it October time, I think, and I have used it a lot. I think this is my second or my third. I think this is my third, but I've only just started it. But I really recommend them. Now, this is the bronze, which I think they're calling 03. This is 03. This is the bronzy one. That's the one I've always been using. And this is the brand that I've only just bought, which is 02. And as I said, I have washed my hands a few times and I've showered. And it's faded a bit, but not much. And if I give it a good old go, that's what happens. I mean, they do stay. One of the reasons why I've been so faithful to the bronze actually is I do tend to sometimes rub my eyes if I get itchy, and I do know that it does survive that. They're worth considering. They're called Lines Liberated Waterproof Eye Pencil. They're really good. The other thing I like is they don't, when you put them on, they don't start smudging straight away, and that is something that I have had in the past, which annoys me. The line that you draw is as it stays. It doesn't start to get a bit soft and start to creep. It stays put. That is the blush. Onto the YSL lip oils, which I've got here. I am not a lip oil person, not because I don't like it, it's just that I feel that hitherto the ones that I have tried have not really justified the cost, frankly, of them. I just don't want to pay that money and not have enough colour. The thing is that with YSL, I really trust all their lip products. I have never had one of their lipsticks or even the Candy Glows or the Candy Glaze, all of and the Love Shine. That whole thing that they do with lips is just, for me, is amazing. They're moisturising. They do what they say they do. The claims, the product for me lives up to the claim, and I get some great colours. That's why I went for these, because I trusted the brand. I really did. I happened to be in store so I could try them, and these are the colours the initial colours that I went for. I should say I liked every single one of the colours. I mean, literally, if someone had given me the whole lot, I'd have worn them with delight. So this is 06, which is Espresso Stardust. I love this colour. So this is what it's like when you put it on sheer, as it were. I don't know whether you can see, it's got some sparkle running through it. It's not an in-your-face glitter or frost, but there's just a lovely sparkle. For anybody darker than a tan complexion, it's going to look amazing. I mean, I hope I'll enjoy it too, but it is just going to be one of those colours. It's just going to look amazing. Here we go. So that's with a bit more on it. I should say these have got hyaluronic acid and they've got a, what do they call it? They've got fig pulp, which may be the smell. Now the fragrance I know is contentious because people sort of sniff it and say, oh, what does it smell like? I have to say I've got used to it just because the Love Shine and the Candy Glaze, that's what they smell like. So in a Pavlovian sense, I have got used to it and associated with having just a really nice lip experience. But it is a bit of a strange smell, and it does occur to me, I wonder if it is the fig pulp, because figs do have a slightly odd fragrance. So this is 44 Nude Lavalière again. I really like this. So that's that with one application, and I'll put a little bit more on to show you. Now, when you open these, there's, gloopy's not the right word, but there's what they call, and I quite like this, they call it a syrupy colour. So it does do this, if you can see, it has got a bit of a drip on it, but I just want to give it the benefit of the doubt because I love YSL lip products. I know I'm such a junkie, I know, but let's see what happens. Big fat doe foot applicator. And they're teeny tiny, but I have to tell you, 6 grams in this and 6 grams in the Dior. Now the Dior, the lip oils, I don't like these. I just don't find them pigmented enough. I think they're overpriced for what they are, even though they're cheaper than the YSL. These, the Dior are £33 and the YSL are £38. But there's a lot more pigment in this. I'm not saying that should be the way it works. I'm just saying there is more pigment in this. I've got more hope and I trust them more. But this for me was a really disappointing lip oil, even within the confines of my own prejudice against lip oils that I just see as a bit overpriced. But that's why this was disappointing, and that's why I just don't like this range. So with these, as I said, you get more. Just as a comparison, I know it's a different colour, I know it's a different brand, but with this, I mean, look, it's just like, I don't think you can compare. There's proper pigment in these, so I'm really hoping I'm not going to be disappointed. Let's start with the espresso. It won't really go with my slightly pinkish look and my plummy blusher, but let's give it a go. Now, it is meant to be 8 hours of plumping hydration and long lasting because it's got stimulating ginger and pepper oils, apparently. Let's see, which are meant to make our lips puffier, not always a good thing, and bouncier, a good thing. So let's see. I haven't put any lip liner or anything like that. One of the things that the website does say is to put some touche éclat around the lips. I haven't done that, I haven't done anything. So that's what that colour looks like. Let's put a bit more on so you get a proper sense. I'm not feeling any tingling. I don't think I'm that insensitive because when there's been other tingling products, I found them slightly annoying and a bit intrusive. I take it back. I'm feeling a bit of tingle now, but it's not, it's not that, what I find quite intrusive, as I say. It's just not like that. It's just it's a smidge of a tingle. So that's that colour. It's not, when I applied it, it's not like it's dribbly. And as I'm talking to you, I'm not feeling my lips sticking together or getting stringy or anything like that. So I'm taking that as a good sign. I do realise I am biased towards this brand for lips. So I'm trying to be a bit impartial, but I like this colour, I have to say, and I think it is going to look cracking with a bit of a tan, or for anybody who's a darker skin tone than me. But when I've got a tan, I think it's going to look nice. I would say it's not tingling. There's a bit of heat, just a gentle bit of heat. That's it. But that's the shade. Let me show you close up again, and then I'll take this off and we'll try the Nude Lavalière. But look at that shine. That's proper shine, isn't it? Well, that's one of the things that they say is it's a glassy shine. I'm here for it. I'm getting pigment and I'm getting shine, and they're saying I'm going to get 8 hours of hydration, and I believe them because I believe YSL when it comes to lips. They are just fantastic. How cute is this packaging? I do realise it's one mould that they've used, and here's the look, here's the Love Shine. I mean, it's the same in terms of the making of them, but it is just really cool and really lovely. And actually, I'm enough of a baby to prefer round packages compared to square ones or cuboid or whatever they are. I'm going to take this off and then we can try the Nude Lavalière. And so now on to 44 Nude Lavalière. Let me know if you've tried these lip oils or if there are other lip oils that you really love, because I've not had, as I said, these are the first ones that I'm being excited about, but I'd love to hear from you. And actually, if you're a YSL person and what do you use in YSL, because I have to say I've been blown away by virtually everything I've bought from the brand in the last year or more, actually, no, almost 2 years. So here goes. Yeah, so this is very much an everyday wearable colour for me. God, that's real shine, that is. There you go. I think the reality is that on a day-to-day, I would still wear a lip liner just because I do and I'm used to it. But I don't feel that one would need it, frankly. It's just that as I've got older, I have got more lines on my upper lip. So from that point of view, but I don't feel you need it for the definition, is what I'm saying. There's enough pigment there to give you the definition, to give me the definition. So that's Nude Lavalière. So these are the two. I'm definitely going to get more of these because I think I'm going to like the formula. I'll give them a go for a few days, but actually, as long as they don't disappoint, I will go back for at least 1 or 2 other colours because I can see these are going to be good. As I'm talking to you now, I'm just feeling the slightest heat. It's really, really not obtrusive, and it does go away. I did notice that when I went off camera to take it off. I had to go and sort my son. I had to go and sort my son out. So it was a good 5-10 minutes before I took it off, and by that time that warmth had dissipated. It's really not. It's not got that annoying tingle, which I remember. Was it Too Faced? It was one of the brands that I think it might have been Too Faced. I just found it unbearable. I don't like it. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below, particularly if you are a YSL fan. So we tried the 2 lip oils. I do really like them, and I mean I already like the formula because I'm getting the pigment. I don't want to be disappointed and let down for too much money. And the powder, look, the powder's been on now for probably 2 hours, maybe a bit more, give or take, just because I have had to stop and start a little bit owing to other responsibilities which intrude. However, the powder, I do really like it. I think it is blurring. I mean, I'll put you a bit closer just to have another look. A couple of hours later, it's got that smoothness, and I think it has. It's got a glow to it without it being shiny and shimmery. But it has blurred my pores a bit, so that's fine. And it hasn't accentuated my lines. I can see my lines, but they're not any worse than they normally are, frankly. So it's absolutely fine. And when I put it on my cheeks and we put the blusher on top, everything went on smoothly. It didn't feel like I was putting powder on powder and it was just too many layers and too much of anything. So from that point of view, that was really good. I do like the blush. I do wonder whether you've tried these blushes and which colours you've gone for. As I said, this is my second one. This was the one that I wanted first time, and I think it either was sold out or we couldn't get it here in the UK. So I ended up getting the Coral Clash, which I really love for sort of that my skin tone. But I do like this, and I generally, as you can probably tell from the other blushes that we tried on my hand, I do generally like that plummy pink. I do find it quite an uplifting colour for my sallow complexion. So from that point of view, that's really good. I know it's a minor product, but I do want to draw your attention to these pencils just because they are so long lasting. And again, here we are. Let's give it another go. Let's see where it's finally gonna go. No, look, it's still there. It's persisting. So I just want to say that there are some really lovely colours in this, not least a really super green, which I've got my beady eye on next. They are worth it. Anyway, I do hope that was fun. Please join me next time and do subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And I really look forward to us meeting next time. So take care and all the very best. Bye.